I've seen more seriousness in household items I have than Emmy Raver-Lampman's performance in The Beekeeper. Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the channel and thank you so much for taking your own time out to check out this review. I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I got a chance just today to check out The Beekeeper. I've just gotten home, literally thought I'm going to keep my jacket on while I record this because it is freezing here in the UK at the moment. So yeah, if you don't know who I am, so my name is Mike. I am not a fan of Jason Statham. I've openly been honest about that on the channel itself. So that was one reason I wasn't really attracted to this movie, but as my kind of personal, kind of full-time job, I work in the field of banking, right? And I'm not going to go into too much details or anything like that, but basically the premise of this really got me intrigued because it's something that I kind of deal with on a day-to-day basis. So the premise that we have here is Adam Clay, who is played by Jason Statham. He is a beekeeper. He's retired. He's part of this beekeepers kind of association kind of thing, but he's retired. However, this kind of neighbour or this friend who he has who kind of took him in, she gets scammed by these scammers, of course. And when this all happens, she loses everything. And this is all within the 10 minutes, literally first 10 minutes. So it's not really a spoiler, but within the first 10 minutes, she loses all this money. And ultimately, she takes her own life because it's like $2 million she had, who was also part of charities. So it's a little bit of a personal story when it comes to that. So Jason Statham takes it upon himself to try track down these scammers and get vengeance for his friend. Stop what you're doing, because the link down below is to my Patreon. If you're not already a member, membership's £1 per month. You get access to so much early stuff, videos, competitions, giveaways, and so much more. Get your name in the limelight like these absolute legends. Thank you to all them who helped to support me and Patreon. It really, really means a lot. What are you waiting for? Become a legend yourself. Get your name in the limelight, and I'll see you over there at Patreon. So to start off, what I really liked about this movie is Jason Statham was kind of actually tolerable here, right? So as I mentioned, I'm not a fan of him. I think he plays the same character in every movie. Does he do anything differently here? No, except the fact that he's a beekeeper. That's kind of about it. But at least they try to do something a little bit different with him, and he wasn't just a hard man from the get-go. At least he was just, this general beekeeper, right? So I thought that was at least intriguing. And he doesn't have a massive amount of dialogue, I would even say, also, which I appreciated because without the dialogue that he had, it made his character a bit more believable, a bit more serious, and a bit more kind of kick-ass when it comes to those action scenes, which were also done really well. And the violence is also pretty graphic at times. Not completely as much as it probably should have been, but you do see times where there is blood on screen, and sometimes it is cut away though, of course. But it's very brutal, it's very loud, it's very hard-hitting, which I really enjoyed. And just seeing him taking down some of these bad guys really kind of just put a smile on my face, and I was like, yeah, this is just kind of like a kick-ass movie, and that's what I went into this for, right? Just a dumb, fun time, just something to enjoy, and just take it for what it is, and that's kind of what I got. The cinematography at times is done well, like it's nicely shot, it's competently made, it's not bad looking or anything like that. So kind of for positives, that's kind of about it. Everyone else here is just really goofy to the point of, like I mentioned, I know in my intro I kind of made fun a little bit of Emmy Raver-Lampman, and it's not really so much the actress's fault. At the end of the day, she's playing the character that the script's written, which is Kurt Wimmer, who did Expendables 4, so that kind of says it all really, right? That movie sucked. So yeah, she had to obviously work with the script that was given to her, but the character is schlocky, and this is leans into my negatives now, because despite, even if this movie was fun, it had some great violence, and I also didn't mind Jason Statham, it doesn't come out with some big flaws, and it's definitely a lot of big flaws there, including Emmy Raver-Lampman's character, right? So she is the daughter of the woman who, kills herself right at the beginning of the movie in the first 10 minutes, and she is an FBI agent. So of course she until like the last 30 minutes or so of the movie, she plays her character, or they've written it, so she's kind of like suave and she's like so cool, and it's not really taken seriously, and I don't understand that decision, because this character, especially with her mom dying, you would think would be like super serious, would be like, you know, like tonally like really serious throughout the entire duration of the movie. There'd be times maybe she spends like crying, or moments here or there where she has those emotional reminders that her mom has passed away, but we kind of forget about that within the first 15 minutes, apart from kind of one picture we see on a mobile phone later on. And I just felt like that was a huge waste opportunity. But the character is kind of written very goofy. Like, she, as I mentioned, she's trying to come across really cool, but instead it just comes across annoying, which is a shame, because of course it focuses on her character quite a lot. And I just felt as if we maybe should have saved the kind of death sequence at the beginning, maybe until about 20-25 minutes in, give us a couple more scenes with Jason Statham and the actress playing the character, build that relationship up a little bit more, and maybe gone from there. But instead they kind of use all the kind of eggs in one basket kind of right at the beginning with that set up the story, and then the rest of it kind of becomes just a schlocky, generic, just mess right at the end, right? So like Josh Hutcherson, say Jeremy Irons, they're all part of a big story in this all kind of big crypto kind of thing, and the presidency, that's all I'll say. And it's just a mess. Like, I didn't care about the characters. Josh Hutcherson, I wanted to just be like goofy, leaned into that role a little bit more, but also as like a main villain of the movie, didn't really take him so seriously. And of course he is supposed to be more serious to an extent, but the writer's character is like so cowardly, like dumb, and I felt that was just a huge shame and a huge missed opportunity. As well as like Jeremy Irons, like I said, there's like a lot of star power here, but I just feel as if they're used for generic mustache twirly kind of villains, and ones that's not very memorable, just wasted and just disposable at the end of the day. But overall, for The Beekeeper, an okay time, right? I can't say that this is a terrible movie, but if they fixed those kind of negatives that I had personally, for me, this could have been an easy 4 or 5 star movie, because I was really on board, had a fun time, but I can't overlook those negatives too much. So my overall score for The Beekeeper is a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Have you seen this one? Are you going to check it out? Let me know down below in the comment section so we can continue discussion down there. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click over here to check out more content if you haven't already checked out these videos. Really appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you guys. I'll be seeing you later.